Welcome. It's day 16 of the 75 Hard Challenge. And I just want to give a quick update and share some encouragement with you today. Some things I've been thinking about to help you if you're in the middle of the 75 Hard Challenge or whatever challenges you're facing in life. Now, I've said before, and I won't reiterate too much, but the 75 Hard, it's a mental toughness challenge program that incorporates about 5 different commitments. And one of the things that has stood out to me as I've been pondering being successful, doing the 75 Hard, but also finding success in life in other things, I have made my focus not the results, but the process. And so this is actually a little sticky note. It's terribly written. It is smudged, but I've had this on my wall for about, is it focusing? Don't think it's focusing. Let's see. All right. So okay, so let's try that again. It's not focusing when I'm in the frame, so I'm going to hide. You got the gist. Okay, so it won't focus with me in the frame, it looks like, so I'm going to hide. Okay, so your goal is the outcome. Your goal is not the outcome. Your goal is to be consistent. So this is the sticky note that I have had on my wall for months and months, probably 6 months, to just remind me what my focus needs to be. And I love James Clear. These are my words, but other people, James Clear in Atomic Habits, he says it in a way that's also really memorable. It's something to the effect of you do not rise to the level of your goals, you rise to the level of your systems. And so it's really good to have goals and have targets and know the direction you're going in, but that isn't what's going to get you there. It's the process and the things you have in place and the plan you have to get there. And I mastered this in many ways in the natural, going on expeditions, highlighting incredible journeys. But when you get to, it's like learning to take the tangible of something, planning a road trip. If you've ever gone across country on a road trip, you have to be really practical. What route am I going to take? Where am I going to sleep? Are we camping along the way in the car? Or are we going to get hotels? Do we want to make those reservations ahead of time? Are we going to do them on the fly? Who am I traveling with? How do they like to travel? Because everybody has a different style. But in order to get from one side of the country to the other, there are things, that's a big road trip. I mean, long haul trucking still, it's probably a 3-day drive if you don't stop, and it's a good 6 days, more or less, if you're hauling, 10 hours a day or more. And so the challenge here is, how do we do that in a virtual part of our life? We want to become, we want to make more money. We want to become a better parent or a better husband or wife. We want to build a business. We want to become physically fit. And so there's simple ways. They're kind of what's touted easily is the get rich quick things. There's the lose weight fast. There's lots of diets out there. You want instant success. You want to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Well, here's the way to do it. The challenge that most of us experience is it's just like winning the lottery. The people that win the lottery are back in that same place 5 years later. The studies show that if you win the lottery, your financial situation, your life will probably be in more of a mess 5 years later, statistically speaking, than if you had won the lottery. And so how different is doing a diet for fitness? How different is that in the get rich quick, or people that are trying to solve problems relationally that just find out that they're in a worse place than when they tried that get something quick scheme. And so if you want to look for long-lasting success, it's not about what is instant gratification. It's not about the get rich quick scheme. It's not about the best diet. It's about making changes in your life that are sustainable for the long haul. And so you have to get a vision. If you want to lose 50 pounds, what do people 50 pounds lighter than you? What do athletes do? What do skinny people do? How do they order food? When do they eat? Where do they eat? What do they eat? What do athletes eat? Where do they eat? When do they eat? What are they doing on a regular basis? I remember not long ago, I had this weird idea. I was like, at least I don't know about men, but for women, what's the difference? How much is the difference in calories that a woman that's 50 pounds overweight eats compared to a person that is 50 pounds lighter? And I was actually shocked. It was like, I think it was only the difference of 150 calories a day makes the difference. And so whether it's decreasing the amount of calories you're eating or it's working out more to burn those calories, that's not much. That's maybe a half an hour walk every day. That's not eating one snack or two portions or, changing portion sizes all day long. And I just remember thinking, man, that's a way more minuscule difference in a lifestyle, but it adds up. Is that the difference between ordering, somebody walking in and ordering the grande every time they go to Starbucks or wherever they're going for coffee versus a small or a tall if you go to Starbucks? But what is the difference? How does that play out? Is it just two decisions a day that can be the difference of being somebody overweight, 50 pounds overweight versus somebody that's athletic and fit and enjoying life? Same with your finances. It's not much. The people that are, have figured out how to save, they might not be doing much more except maybe saving $15 a week. They're just making choices to not go out and spend that on coffee at the coffee shop every day. Now they're buying their fun coffee every day for 15 pounds and brewing it at home and doing it that way. And so my challenge to you is to just the 75 hard, the focus is not on what are you losing. The goal is not to lose 20 pounds. The goal is not to get shredded. The goal is not to get, a six pack. The goal is not to fit in a size X dress for your sister's wedding. The goal is to do 5 habits consistently, which are, working out 2 times a day for 45 minutes a day, one of those outside, committing to a diet, no cheating, no cheat days, no cheat meals, doing a diet that is structured, that meets your long-term goals. It's taking a progress picture. It is drinking a gallon of water and hydrating, and it is reading something to build your to encourage you, to motivate you, to challenge you, to get you thinking, but it's not candy. It's not something that it's not fiction, and you're not even doing audiobooks. As great as those are, for whatever reason, the guy who designed the program challenged people to read, literally read. So, today, that's my challenge to you. You're not rising to the level of your goals here. This is about just building a new baseline. The 75 hard is about changing what your baseline is. And for many people, this is a huge push. For some, you've been building some of these blocks and it's not a big deal. And it's just a tweak. Like I've said in other videos, doing this 2 years ago would have been way harder than it is now. This was what I was ready for, and it's just another step up toward making the changes in my life that I want to make for long-term health and fitness, for long-term education, for long-term business goals. And so I leave you with that today. These are my words. Your goal is not the outcome. Your goal is to be consistent. And so that is what this video is for, to encourage you and challenge you today. I'll see you on the next one.